With the first 2 weeks of free agency in the books, initially we were looking at the lack of impact moves as this team failing to improve and more like they were going down the drain. But after this week, it feels more and more like we need to just trust Kwesi and the process.
Hey, wait, you swore!
Trust me.
Let's get it. Hey there, if you want to hear more opinions from me, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and click that notification bell. When I upload new videos, you'll be the first to know. Welcome to Norse News, where we talk Minnesota Vikings, and I throw my 2 cents in on the daily. Last Friday, the Vikings hosted and signed Chandon Sullivan, the Packers' ex-nickel corner. And to be honest with you, that's another great move by Kwesi. It's an improvement upon our corner spot from last year, and in the end, it's an upgrade. Mackenzie Alexander last year was terrible, and at the very least, Sullivan is a steady corner, and some would say even underrated. Pro Football Focus had him ranked 10th in yards per snap last year, and I believe like Mackenzie Alexander was closer to like 30th. So don't quote me on that. I don't have the stats right in front of me. So Chandon Sullivan is another example where Kwesi is going out and getting a younger, potentially still improving player to put on the Vikings. Now, granted, it's only a 1-year deal, but he's improved every year since being in the league, and last year being his best year. He had 3 interceptions for the Packers, played in all 17 games, 27 total tackles. His 3 interceptions would have tied Anthony Barr for the most on the team last year. And, I'll take that, considering the fact that, 3 was the most that any player on our team had last year. So that's an improvement right there. Chandon Sullivan's 1-year deal is $1.75 with a $665,000 signing bonus, a salary of $1.035 million, and a $660,000 playtime club improvement incentive. So his deal is going to be worth between $2 and $3 million, according to Chris Tomlinson. That's a productive player for relatively cheap, and it's both a win-win for both of them because he can make obviously more than he signed for by improving his play and reaching those goals. And the Vikings get a solid nickel corner to replace Mackenzie Alexander with this new defensive front. So today they're hosting 2 players. Chris Tomlinson tweets, "I can confirm that free agent offensive lineman Jesse Davis is visiting the Vikings today, and there's a strong chance that he signs with them. He is being looked at as possibly as a starting right guard. Vikings turn to Davis after losing out on Ryan Bates." And by everything that I've seen on Jesse Davis, it's not really a good signing. I'm kind of hearing more bad than good. I believe I read that he gave up 8 sacks last year himself. Now, he was a starter for Miami, but he might have been Miami's version of Dakota Dozier. And we are all happy that Dakota Dozier is no longer with us. He's with the Bears. So I really don't know how to feel about Jesse Davis. I would suppose I have to look at more tape on him and see if he actually could be a potential starter. And if he is going to be a starter for us, he cannot give up 8 sacks. That's not what Kirk Cousins needs. I'm just kind of hoping that this is more of a depth play. So what you guys think? Is Jesse Davis actually worth signing for the Vikings? I can honestly say that as a fan, I'm feeling really good about Kwesi and this offseason so far. Initially, I was having second thoughts and second guessing him, and I didn't trust his process. And in the end, as fans, they know more than we do. They're the ones taking the calls. They're the ones that are constantly trying to improve the team, and I'm sure that they don't want to sit there and build a bad team. So I'm going to sit here and say that I approve of this offseason so far, and there's much more time to continue to fill in those pieces that we're still missing, like the starting corner and depth at corner, and we need a starting offensive lineman, whether that be center or guard. So there's still time for all that, and I'm willing to not question Kwesi as much anymore, because it seems like initially it seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. He was in over his head, maybe too many voices in the room. And then as of late, now it seems like, okay, this is like there's a legit process. There's a legit focus. It seems like they have a plan, and initially they didn't. So what do you guys think? Is this offseason going as well as you pictured? Is it going better? Is it going worse? Do we need to sign more free agent corners? Do we need to get that offensive lineman? Or can we go into the draft and trust Kwesi to draft the right players? Leave your comments in the section below. And until next time, Skol, my brothers and sisters.